Welcome back. The final GOP debate of the year is history. The Democrats will debate on Saturday, leaving 46 days until the Iowa caucus.
Joining us to talk about the state of the race is ABC's Deputy Political Director, Shushannah Walshe. Shushannah, welcome.
Of course.
Donald Trump, the latest polling, there's an ABC poll that came out recently that was very interesting. What did it say?
It really is interesting because it shows Donald Trump leading by such a wide margin. 38%. The next after that is Ted Cruz with 15%, then Marco Rubio with 12%. So you really have this really wide margin. Also interesting is that his Muslim ban comments that were so controversial, it shows that with the Republican voters, with the base of the party, it didn't hurt him one bit.
So what does this mean? Do we believe that Donald Trump could possibly be the GOP nominee?
I think definitely he could possibly be. He's gone absolutely, he hasn't fallen in any polls. Instead, he has the widest margin of any poll since he entered the race 6 months ago. So I think that as the party leader for so long, of course, there's a possibility that he'll be the nominee.
When it's him against another 13 versus him against just one other or two other people, and all those other votes have coalesced somewhere else. That's the big question, isn't it? That's where he could really fall down, I think.
Right. When voters have less of a choice, of course it will narrow. And that's why we're seeing all these different kinds of lanes of the Republican Party. So other candidates, Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, in tonight's debate, you really saw them go at each other because they represent different lanes of the Republican Party, an alternative to Trump. But there weren't really any candidates that took Trump on except for Jeb Bush. He, who has really been low in the polls, he really went after Donald Trump tonight to try to make a dent.
Do you think he had an impact? Because he was the one who walked in with a huge war chest when it comes to money. Does he still have a chance in all of this?
I think that he did the best tonight that he has in any debate, and that he was really the only candidate to take Donald Trump on head to head. But I still think that he has a large hill to climb.
It's the race you can't predict, isn't it? We can all explain it afterwards, but when you get these big moments like Trump talking about Muslims, you know, a lot of commentators think, well, that's it.
Our analysis says, oh, that will hurt Donald Trump. That will hurt. And instead, it's quite the opposite.
I want to look ahead, though, to Saturday's debate with the Democrats. What can we expect?
ABC News debate.
Yes, the ABC News debate. What can we expect?
So I think that really Hillary Clinton is going to want to look like the front runner nationally that she is, and to position herself towards the general election. But of course, there is still that primary beforehand. And in New Hampshire, where our debate is, Bernie Sanders is leading there. And in Iowa, the first caucus state, Hillary Clinton is leading, but he is only behind by about 10 points or so.
Does he have a route? Does he actually have a realistic and credible route, Bernie Sanders, to the Democratic nomination?
I think at this point it's difficult to see him being Hillary Clinton, but we can't ignore those polls, especially in New Hampshire, which is the first primary state where he's leading.
A lot to watch. Our thanks to Shushannah Walshe.
Thank you.
Next up, the skinny.
Anytime.